Hello everyone, again I have come here to share with you all another video of information, education and communication part 4. Here we are going to discuss planning for health education and methods and media for communicating health messages. Topics are planning health education, steps for planning health education, methods used in health education, communicating health messages using mass media. Planning for health education. Health education cannot be planned in a vacuum. It is planned in connection with a specific health program or health service. Therefore, the specifics of health education strategy in a group have to be formulated in accordance with socio-cultural, psychosocial, physical, economic and situational characteristics. So whenever we are planning for health education, we have to have certain strategy in our mind. We have to see the condition of the community, need of the community, what is the resources available, what are the leaders available in the community. So all these things we have to keep in our mind, and then we have to go ahead with the health education program. Steps for scientific planning of health education. So let's see what are the steps, how we can plan for health education. If you have to plan for health education in a systematic way, you have to go through these are the steps. Meeting the primary health center staff. So it is very important to meet the PHC staff because they are more aware of the health needs of the people in that community. Like for example, you went to a health center, primary health center, and that you come to know that in that community there is a lack of awareness on family planning. So that information you may get from the primary healthcare staff. Next, identification and selection of health problems for health education, keeping in view priority, availability of facilities, feasibility of solving problem, setting objectives, identifying possible barriers in the program and how they could be overcome. So as I have told you, a community may have certain problems, and that you may come to know from the healthcare workers in that community or the primary healthcare staff. But there is not only one problem in a community, there will be so many problems in a community, but we have to select the specific problem or the problem that you can deal first, or the problem that you can solve first, or the problem the resources are available to solve those problems. On all these things we have to keep in your mind when we are identifying or selecting the specific health program for your health education. Like for example, in a community you find out that there was a lack of family planning approaches, or there may be other problems also, but you think that this is the most important problem that you can deal to it. Maybe you have find out that in those area the families are having 4 children, 5 children, like that. Then the next step is identification of leaders in the community. So it is very important that you have to identify the leaders, because they are the leaders, they can lead the community, and the community also they will listen to those leaders. Leaders can be any the head of the village or community, he or she may be the teachers of the community or any other influential persons. Meeting the leaders and discussion of the problems identified, preparation of the outline plan of action and identification of role of leaders. So once you have identified the leaders, you have to meet the leader and you have to discuss the problem with them, and you have to discuss how you can plan the health education program and what will be the role of the leaders in that health education program. All this you have to discuss with the leaders. Next, plan for collection of single baseline data. So if possible, you can collect some specific data or facts regarding the health problems, because on that data it will be like a scientific basis. Otherwise, on what basis you are doing the health education program? If you have to give reasons, so you will not have any specific data. So you can collect some single baseline data to find out the problems, to find out the needs of the community. Next, group meeting with the community to feedback results of survey and decide on the plan of action. So there is a need for the meeting also with the community, with the leaders, with the community members. So and you have to plan you have to plan for a plan of action. So a plan of action may include the education program, like what are the topics you are going to include in the health education, then how you are going to service program, how you are going to provide the health education, what will be the method of follow up, because after giving the health education whether they are really educating or not, that you have to find it out. Then available resources. Suppose you are going to give a health education on family planning methods, you are advising them to use condoms, but whether the condoms are available in the primary health center, that also you have to find out. Next is venue, date, timing of the program according to the convenience of the community. So it is very important that the date, time, venue should be convenient to the community, because if you are selecting a date, time, venue according to the health educator, then the community may not get enough time, or they will not have maybe the distance where your venue is planned, it may not be convenient for them, and they will be reluctant to go to that health education program. So you select the area which is centered to the whole community, or where the whole community is agreed to go, like maybe a school, like that. Then responsibility of community members. So it is very important, you have to outline the responsibility, who will have the what responsibility. Somebody will be maybe responsibility for calling the community members or family members, or somebody will maybe having the responsibility organizing the venue, etc. And also evaluation of effectiveness of program. So it is very important that we have to have a proper method of evaluation to assess whether the program is effective or not. It may be simple by asking questions to the community or taking their feedbacks. Next, selection, collection or preparation of necessary audiovisual aids. So it is also another important part of health education, audiovisual aids, because without audiovisual aids the health education may be very monotonous, it may be boring. So better to use certain health audiovisual aids, so that the community will find the health education program interesting. Then orientation of the leaders. So they will also have an important role, so please orient them about their role. Implementation of the health education program. So after all these measures, you are going to, on the specific date, specific venue, specific time, you are going to implement the health education program. Follow up by necessary service facility. After providing the health education program, the next part will come with the follow up, then asking for the feedback, and then evaluation of program and discussion with the community leaders regarding any follow up action required. So once your health education program is done, you are going to evaluate whether the program is effective or not. So for example, you are planning the health education program for family planning methods. After family planning methods health education, you can go for house to house visit, or you can ask for their measures, what they have taken, whether they are using condom or whether they are willing to use the copper tea or anything like that. And if you find it that yes, they are motivating, they are using it, that is well and good. But if not, then again you have to discuss with the leaders, you have to discuss with the healthcare staff how you can do the necessary measures. Maybe you have to conduct more health education sessions, like that you can do the follow up. Next topic, we have come with the methods used in health education. So let's see what are the methods we can use for health education program. So here we have three groups. One is individual, group and community. So according to the type of group, the methods is different. Like for example, individual, if you are going to give one person or one individual health education, then you can conduct personal interview. You can even call the person in the health center, and there also you can give health education, or also you can visit the person's home and there also you can give the health education. But if it's in a group of teacher, a group of student, a group of antenatal mother, then you can use some methods like lecture, demonstration, group discussion, even sometimes panel discussion, symposium, role play. These are the methods that you can use. All these are methods already discussed. So I think you all have aware of this method. So I am not going to discuss one by one with all this method. Now we have come to the community. So if you have to give the education to a large community, Then you have to use certain media where, or you can say mass medias, where you can give education to a community at one time. So those are television, video, radio, film, newspaper, printed material, poster, billboard, signs, internet, direct mailing, health museum and exhibitions, folk media, new communication technologies. So I'm going to deal with this part now, that is communicating health messages using mass media. First, let's see what is mass media. And before going to the mass media, let's see what is media. Media is an agency through which communication takes place. In a simple way, medium is the agency through which communication takes place. Now we have come to what is mass media. So mass media refers to every medium or source which is used to connect and communicate with a large number of people at once. So as the name itself is saying, mass means at large. So any media that you are using to communicate at large is known as mass media. Mass communication is a process in which professional communicators use media to disseminate message widely, rapidly and continuously to arouse intended meanings in large and diverse audiences in attempts to influence them in variety of ways. This definition is given by Dennis and DeFleur 1998. So here what they are saying is that mass communication, it's a process in which professional communicators, so see, these are communicators who are giving the information, they are professional, that means they are trained, they are knowledgeable. They use media to disseminate message. So for them, why they are using that media? To give the message. How? In a widely, rapidly and continuously. So message should go widely, that means to a large population. Then rapidly, it should be very fast. We don't have much time. So it should be very fast, it should go. And next is continuously, not in a one time, but it should be repeatedly again and again. So that to arouse intended meanings in large and diverse audiences in attempts to influence them in a variety of ways. So that we can influence this large audience in a different ways. Now let's see what are the common mass media used in health education. So first is television and video. So this is the most popular in all of the India, or even say in all over the world, television and video. So video programs are also proved to be among the most successful strategies and can reach illiterate populations. So television, you have seen I think various advertisement by the government of India, then various video films are released by government to educate the people. The advantage is that in the television is that person who, whether it's a literate or illiterate, everybody can listen to the television, they can see the television and they can get the information. Even now in the days of corona, you will see various ads are coming to educate the people regarding hand washing, regarding social distancing. Okay, so television and video. Another is radio. You can say I think it is one of the oldest medium, and it is accessible to rural, urban both, and also even the illiterate population also can go for this radio. Films. Yes, film is a very powerful medium of communication. Newsreels and documentaries mainly cater to the informational needs of the audiences. So we like to watch films, and if the film is related to some health messages, it is very much beneficial. Some of the films we can see, like you have heard about the film called Padman, no? Padman by Akshay Kumar, that is about the menstrual hygiene of the female. So like that we can see different films which are showing the different health messages. Of course I have mentioned about the commercial films, but there are government documentaries are also available regarding various health messages. Then newspaper. I think no one is there here who don't know what is newspaper. It's a age-old practice where we are reading the newspaper. Varieties of newspapers are available. In different languages it is available. So it is very traditional mass media communication. So newspaper are the most widely disseminated of all forms of literature. Newspaper have limitation of having low readership in some areas because of illiteracy. So that is one of the disadvantage, because only the little people can read newspaper. Printed material, so magazine, pamphlet, booklet, handouts have long been in use for health communication. They are aimed at those who can read. Of course, these are for persons who can read. So we can see different health magazines are there. Then also there are different printed materials like leaflet, pamphlet, booklet, fact sheets are available. Next, posters, billboards and signs. So these are intended to catch the eye and create awareness in places like street, bus stops, railway station, hospitals, health centers are used. The message of the poster should be short, simple, direct, and one that can be taken at a glance and easy to understand immediately. So we have seen also in various posters, various billboard signs are hanged various parts of the streets, buses, railway stations, etc. So poster message should be very simple and eye-catching. At one notice only we should be able to understand. And some posters are very small, direct, whereas some posters may be little bit more elaborate. So you have seen this kind of posters where the message is very short, simple, and this kind of posters you will see in the street where the person can see the message and they will understand just at a glance. But this kind of posters are also available where the messages are little bit lengthy, and this kind of posters are available in the bus stop, or you can see the hospital, health centers, where the patients have some time to sit and to read the posters. Next is internet. I think today is the era of internet, and this is a new means of computer-based communication system for direct and instant communication across the world by means of emails and even an online chat. Then WHO, UNICEF and other health agencies, health related information from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India we can get. So there are different actually reliable sources are there where we can get the health information. Then direct mailing. So there are instant way how you can give information. So to reach the remote areas of the country with printed words, for example folder, newsletter and booklets on family planning, immunization and nutrition, etc. And these are sent directly to village level leaders, illiterate person, panchayat and local bodies and others who are considered as opinion leaders. So like you can imagine the scenario of today where there is lockdown is going on, interstate lockdown, then the country to country lockdown is there, even the inter-district lockdown is there. So if you want to give any information, you will not be able to go there physically, but what we can give email. At fraction of second you can give informations to the various place of the world. So that is how the email is working. Any fact sheet, any poster, anything, any health information that you can send to the other person through email. Health museum and exhibitions. Organized health museum and exhibitions can attract large number of pupils by presenting a variety of ideas. They do increase knowledge and awareness. In exhibitions, there is a big element of personal communication through workers who explain its items on the exhibit. Printed literature explaining the exhibits is often freely distributed. Health exhibitions and museums offer package of both personal and in-person methods of communications. Like for example, we can conduct health mela. For example, we can conduct health mela for a local community where we can display various types of exhibitions, like somewhere somebody can display about the personal hygiene, hand washing, somebody can display about the nutrition aspect like breastfeeding aspect or weaning foods, or somebody may conduct some other healthcare facility services in that mela. So like that, exhibitions, melas and museums we can do for giving education to the mass. Then another media is folk media. Folk or indigenous medias are such as kirtana, katha, folk song, dances and dramas and puppet show, which have roots our culture. The Muslim have their own traditional folk forms like ghazals, qawwali, etc. So folk medias are also very important methods of communication. So like puppet show, or you can say in Assam we have bhauna. Then even the folk dances like bihu or other traditional folk dances, which also have an importance in spreading the health messages to the community at the mass. Now new communication technologies like telemedicine, video conferencing, etc. are there. Like in today's scenario where lockdown is going on, we cannot travel here to there, but if we want any communication, then we can immediately do through telecommunication. If you want any health advice, there are telecommunication systems are available, like 104 is available. There you can call it and you can get the health related information. And then video conferencing, so without traveling to that area, through video conferencing you can get the idea of the area, and also health messages you can give, like classes you can take, health educations you can do on the video conferencing system. Like for us also the online classes are also going on through video conferencing, etc. So this is about the medias for communicating health messages at large. Now what are the advantages of mass media? So there are certain advantages are there. One is it achieves wide coverage. So as I have already told you, at rapidly we can cover a large audience through this mass media. Next, impact on behaviors, receptive to change, because these are rapidly and they are spreading, and also they are giving information frequently. Like in televisions, ads are coming, on health messages are coming, so it have a good impact on the change of the behavior. Then it convey very simple information. Of course, I have already told you that whenever you are giving any information in the mass media, it should be simple one, not a very complex one, so that person can understand at one glance, like posters and all. Increase knowledge, of course, when they will go through the media, they will have an increase in knowledge, and also they will put health agenda. So they will put the health as a priority when they will go through this mass media. But of course there can be certain disadvantages also of mass media, like they cannot provide face-to-face support. So if you want to support also, you cannot give face-to-face. Like suppose television it will give only one-way communication, radio will give one-way communication. So if you want to ask to back to something, that you may not be able to get. Then cannot teach a skill. So they can give you the information about the skill, but they cannot make you master of that skill. Like hand washing, they can give a poster of hand washing, but whether you are doing properly or not, that cannot evaluated by this poster. Then cannot convey complex information. So as already in the advantage we have said that simple information is only conveyed, that is easily understandable, but complex informations we cannot. And cannot change strong attitudes of belief. If somebody is having very very strong attitudes, then only one way communication is not enough. So these medias are not enough. For those, personal communication or face to face in communications are very very important. So these are the disadvantages of mass media. Yet of these disadvantages we have so many advantages, and we are going for mass media communication. So here we have come to the end of the video. And like any other video, there is an assignment. What are the media used for communicating health messages at large? Please, once again, what are the media for communicating health messages at large? Thank you. Stay safe.